Yo, what is up, Bucketeers? We are here with the big announcement. It has arrived. Alright, this jank is 16 minutes because we all know Akasan likes to talk, so we are just gonna get right to it.
I can't live like this anymore. It's not living.
Oh man. Akasan, he has a big announcement.
Akasan's big announcement.
That's me.
Akasan, the big announcement.
Huge announcement.
Big announcement.
The big announcement.
Tell me what has more meaning than your own strength!
I think he's cutting his dreads.
Akasan, are you telling me that you're quitting this channel?
I don't really think he's cutting his dreads.
Videos?
It's more likely he's quitting YouTube than cutting his hair.
Fuck
That would suck.
that! What am I supposed to say?
Kind of for change or inspiration or some sort.
I don't know what he's gonna do. I really don't know.
I would not be reacting to no 16-minute long video if he was cutting his dreads.
Without the rope, then fear will find you again.
I know that means something, but I don't know what. Second coming. Here we go.
Hey guys,
What up?
let's talk.
Let's do it.
I feel like I'm showing up for a deposition or season. This is like the season finale of the Weekly Wednesday What's Up or something. I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous here. I tried to write something down to practice, but it's not gonna work.
Just gotta do it, bruh.
And
Just
I'm gonna
gotta
keep
do
an
it.
eye on the time here to make sure we don't run things over
Yet
here.
it's 16 minutes long.
Where should I start? I mean, when I first arrived in Japan, about
He's got the music in the
4 or
background
5
and
years
everything.
ago or so, 2010, right? I had this vision. I had this mission in mind. I had an entire plan set out, ready to go. Okay, my going away party itself was just something like crazy. 200 something people showed up. It was a beautiful time, great time had by all, and I really felt the love. And a lot of people were just literally, honestly supporting me in what I wanted to do with my mission, to continue my business of travel agent, to be a tour guide. That's what I used to do, pop culture tours, finish up college, just be the best that I could be and make it happen. And I arrived in Tokyo and I went to school there and I was doing my business. And long story short, about a year later into it, I was still getting stressed, fitting into another country, but pushing hard. Right when things couldn't have gotten worse, the earthquake happened. The 2011 earthquake that it changed everybody. It changed a lot of lives, and I went as hard as I could. I pushed as hard as I could to live in that sort of situation with constant blackouts and radiation fears, things like that. And this point never bothered me so much. It's just more importantly, there was actually a bigger problem of financials to still live in Tokyo at that time, continuing college and just everything. But pretty much, it was a big issue financially. And so I ended up coming to Fukuoka a few years ago, sort of as a way to not go back to America, because there were a lot of people, even at that time, there were a lot of people that looked up to me. There were a lot of people that inspired me. Even in that 1 year, I'm just traveling back and forth to Japan. I mentioned before, just doing the stuff that I used to do in this industry, in the Japanese animation industry. I mean, there are people I met, like kids, young kids, 20, 17 to 20 or so who said I was their inspiration to come to Japan, to change their lifestyle. And that always had a big effect on me, like that I needed to make sure I never came back empty-handed to Japan. That if I was to America, when I was going out here, I was searching for that rare blue flower that grew deep in the mountains, and I needed to make something. I needed to
I forgot
come
what that
back
movie was called.
stronger as a symbol, as something bigger and better. So I never wanted to go back home just because of an earthquake or just because things were getting really bad in Tokyo. So
that music.
I retreated to Fukuoka for quite some time, but I never fully recovered my personality, my just everything. I went into this very deep, dark depression type of period, in which I've dealt with in the past before, but it was never this permanent, like long lasting. And I just started to feel so whatever, right? And just very started to become nothing more than a statistical gaijin, living a mediocrity type life, just nothing but a statistic, teaching English, getting a girl, like, it wasn't special anymore, so to speak. It didn't feel like me anymore, so to speak. And so then that's when I started digging into YouTube more and started to try to just do more J-vlogging, things like that, and so on and so forth with building
What is
reactions. And
J-vlogging?
these things were fun for a while, but the thing I had always noticed that I just wasn't happy. I wasn't happy for a long time, and I was happy, but I just never felt like me anymore. That same person that left LA was still buried deep, and I always felt like I lived in a world full of cardboard, always afraid to say too much or be that loud black person or be that loud foreigner for that matter and scare people, which I tend to do on a daily basis just because. So about a year ago or so, I promised myself that I was going to make sure that I returned back to where it all started and make sure that I had something to show for it. And I kept on doing this, but the problem was there was the job. There was just security. You couldn't just leave without getting some sort of job. So I tried so many times. So many times, and especially because when you're living out here, working, and you're on a working visa, you have a year contract. So just like the NBA or something like a sports contract, you can't leave that job and find another one. And then the problem is, the way the cycle works is that you can't really interview in another place without the other place finding out, and it makes things very difficult. There is no, and the season starts at a certain time and it ends at a certain time, so there's really a very small grace period. It makes it even harder when you're living in another prefecture or whatever. So I became even more depressed about a year ago or so, just to not be able to get that job or to not be able to return back or so. It became a hard thing. It became like it felt like a nightmare that I was always going to live here, and where it wasn't a bad thing to live here. I'm not saying living in Fukuoka is bad. It's just not me. I'm a big city boy living in a small town. I needed to return back
Just
to
a
that
small
kind of feeling
town,
that
yeah.
there's a drive that sometimes big cities will give you, like LA. And
She took the midnight.
it'll push you to become a better person, to compete with yourself. So, in short, I kept on trying to jump with a rope, so to speak. And I kept on trying to jump and do things, and I finally gave up on that point. And in 1 month, I will be moving from this place. And as much as I've enjoyed doing YouTube and things like that, it bothers me a lot that I'm living in Japan, but I'm not living Japan. And I started a channel that was all about living in Japan, or my life, just my life in general, and I've lost a lot of that sight just trying to compete with things that aren't really that important for me on YouTube, watching things that aren't really that interesting for me on YouTube. And so I need to get back to the way I used to be and the way I'm happy being. So at the end of this month, that was a good 7 minutes. So at the end of this month, guys, I'm going to be moving. And if you would like to know where I'm going to be moving, I'll show you right now. Are you ready for this?
Tokyo.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, your boy Akasan, the prince of everything, is back. I am coming back to where it all began in Japan. But there's kind of a problem with a lot of this. Is the fact that when I leave Fukuoka at the end of this month, regardless, I will not have any job. I'm jumping without a rope. And it is a very, very big jump. I don't have a job.
Yeah.
I can't find a job. Well, as long as I continue to live out here in Japan, in another prefecture, flying out. I don't make enough money as an English teacher for you to have that luxury of flying back and forth for interviews. And the problem is a lot of job places don't want to hire you. And you would ask me, well, invest more in the YouTube channel. I've been investing a lot more in the YouTube channel, and it's been working out, but unfortunately, YouTube and Google has decided to be very difficult in regards to monetization.
Yeah.
And so now even my backup rope cushion has been affected, especially with the hospital visits and financially. A lot of things. It's pretty bad, guys. I don't want to scare you, but this is probably the riskiest thing I've ever done in my life. When I first moved to Japan, I came here with $200. That was it. I came here with $200 and a pocket full of dreams, basically. But the one thing I never lost was my pride and my ambition. You know? So this is where we're at again. Is I'm jumping without this rope, and my visa expires in 2 months on top of that.
Dang.
So
Bruh.
this is probably the riskiest partake in the enterprise
Oh my
that I've
gosh.
ever taken. And if it doesn't work out, things are going to get from scary to even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I will say in this particular video. I appreciate the support for all of you, from all of you guys. And the format of the channel is going to change a lot, just to make things easier for everything. And I have an idea, I have a goal in mind for Tokyo, for working part-time for my private life or my real life, offline life, and then ways to put things in for the channel. One of that being said, the YouTube Tokyo space that they have, the YouTube space in Tokyo, I think I can really turn into something bigger and better, but these are months and months away. First and foremost is just getting out of this cave first. You know, you guys, the Red Dreaded Nation, you guys are my supporters. You guys are the ones at the bottom of the pit right there chanting me on Dishi Dishi Basura Basura Basura, right? Chanting me on the rise. Even further down are the people that have been cheering me on since I first took this adventure, moving from LA to Japan, into a country I never heard. Wouldn't even imagine I'd be living here.
That's
for this
crazy.
long. So this is it. I can't live like this anymore. This particular lifestyle. There's nothing wrong with those that want to be like this, but I refuse to be just another number, another statistical gaijin. There's more, and I am burdened with great destiny, so to speak. So That being said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get into more elaborate details on all these videos right here, and we're making this one particularly short. Please go ahead and check these videos out if you're interested in learning more details in these particular subjects. I appreciate all your guys' support. I hope you do stick with the channel as we go through these transitional changes. Sometimes I might not be able to put anything up. I don't even have a home to stay in about a month from now.
Damn. It's crazy, yo.
It's risky, but there's only one way we gotta do this. You can take away my monetization, but there's one, you can take away everything from me, but there's one thing that Akasan keeps. His pride. That being said, like a phoenix we will rise again. Everything changes.
No.
Everything burns. Everything burns. Love you guys. Peace.
That was cool, little transition. Bruh, that dang. I did not expect. I knew it was gonna be something. I knew it had to be something big, but I did not expect it to be like this big. Wow. Oh man, I wish you the best, bro. Good luck to everything that you're trying to do, and good luck to all of this stuff that you're trying to do. It's crazy because you're leaving somewhere to move somewhere else, and you don't even have a place already set up, like, and you don't have a job. I don't know if I missed it or something, but did you just quit the other job, or was the year up for, I don't know. Bro, like, oh man, good luck to you. I hope that everything that you're trying to do comes together great, and, you know, hopefully you find a place, because you can't be out here in the streets. Well, not out here, but out there on the streets, because, I mean, I don't even know what goes on over there, but damn, man, good luck for you, man. Damn. I didn't know it was that deep like that, but yeah, if you guys, yeah, y'all need to go over to his channel, support him. Dang. Yeah, just support him in everything he's doing. If you enjoyed my reaction, go ahead, leave a thumbs up. I will catch you guys in the next one.